Wait a minute, we already finished this game. Why are we back at it like a week after finishing it? As it turns out, I have been given until May 21st to finish it because PlayStation Plus Extra. And therefore it's like, oh hey, you get these games for free. Limited time. Oh well. Guess that just means we lock in and we gotta finish this up. I'm probably gonna split this VOD into two parts. Just for, like, part of it's going to be the collecting the last few power seals, depending on how long that takes, and then the actual Picnic Panic DLC. Let me just adjust my microphone real quick. So in going back into the game, it takes you back to, like, the final save point you have. Of course it does. It's your point of no return. You can also just turn around and... oh, there's something fancy about this little globe here. That's not what this is about right now, though. That will happen later. What I'm missing is 2 in the Glacial Peak, and then there were the 2 in Bamboo Creek. Okay, that really doesn't sound that bad. I could save off from this just until I make it to the end of, like, Picnic Panic, but I'd rather wrap this up first. It'll be beneficial in the long run. Also, the staff we left up in the sky is back in the Glacial Peak again. I wouldn't say that we left it there by that strand of imagination, then. What I can say, though, is that it sucks to suck. I still really like the theme for the Glacial Peak. Like, I don't know why it has to go so hard, but it's also like playthrough. And then it subverts your expectations by being like, wait a minute, that's not it yet. You got like a whole other sequence to go through in, like, present time. Not present time, future time. Wow, I'm not doing great at this. In my defense, I was tired. I got home from my trip at 2 in the morning. But it was a good trip. It was a completely full day where I spent barely any time, like, playing games. I kind of just watched TikToks on the bus ride there. That's also nice to just kind of, like, pack up your things and leave for a day. Especially when there is nothing going on, because it's kind of just a lull point post-college. So that's where I fill in my time with streaming. I kind of just do this because it's fun to sit in a room, talk to myself, and play games I've already played before, but, like, keep a record of it. Which is something that I have also gone on record to say of multiple times. I'm also going on record saying that as much as I claim to be good at this game, I'm not. Okay, I can be, but I'm just not doing great now. I don't know if... okay, I was gonna say, I don't know if when I'm done this I should start Sea of Stars, and it's like, no, I'm still playing Persona 3. At this point now, I have, like, Enter the Gungeon, the outro, Persona 3, and this still going on. So whenever this is done, I'm probably gonna, like, at least cover a decent bit of another thing before I bring in, like, another game. And I'm still thinking it's good to stick with, like, Okay, maybe that statement was going to be a little bit of a hypocritical thing, because Balatro and Enter the Gungeon are both roguelikes. But I think it's kind of fun to stick with, like, some smaller games and then one on a larger scale. Because, like, The Messenger and Balatro and Enter the Gungeon, those are games, like, okay, The Messenger, yes, this is a game on a smaller scale. Balatro and Enter the Gungeon, those are roguelikes. Those have so many sequences of replayability to the point that it becomes hundreds to maybe thousands of hours that you can put in onto that game and actually make a whole lineup of things based on several different things, like, trying to unlock all the different things that you can. The unfinished gun and Enter the Gungeon, for example. I've never gotten that, and I'm still not getting it. Not for many years, and that could definitely be on my own time. I can just drop back down. Well, maybe not drop down, but climb down. Falling... Okay, when you jump down in a cutscene, you don't die. When you fall down out of the cutscene, you do. Oh yeah, returning to the Searing Crags in the future, you can find the decaying skulls here are no more. And another bed of flowers. I'm done in this area. And what's the fastest way to the Bamboo Creek? I guess for what I'm looking for, it could be through the catacombs. Fastest way to the catacombs is through the Autumn Hills. Wait a minute, I got money. I'm gonna buy another figurine, because why not? Time for some more secret, completely optional decoration. I'm gonna go for the jumping guys. Got a jumping quill shroom. Former adventurer struck by the curse of the curse of quills. Special midair headbang a technique to shoot spikes. I mean, for an area where all the mushrooms in the background are singing, that just seems to make sense to have something music related as an attack. It's not very apparent here. That's still a couple of months and a Persona 3 reload to wrap up before I'm able to kind of connect any ties. I don't think I am being even the tiniest bit subtle about any of this. And talk about that because it's like... It's interconnected with other things. What other things? I can't fully recall if I have stated that I have... I can't recall if I have stated that Sea of Stars and The Messenger do have connections. But they do. The games do have connections between each other, and that's like a fair bit. And I am very excited to show those off, because I think it's super cool. To the point that I'm not being subtle about any of it. Just because I really want to talk about these things, but I've set myself, like, my lines, my boundaries. And I'm not going to breach those just for the sake of one thing. I've already set one thing up, and I'm going to stick to it, damn it. That's what this year has been all about. Sticking to my word. I mean, for example, I started streaming and bought a microphone like a couple months in because I've been doing this enough that I wanted to get an upgrade. Or I guess it's not sticking to my word as much as it is sticking to what I have dedicated myself to. Which I guess is the same as sticking to my word, and which just makes me a liar. And me being a liar, a lot of people get very upset at me for that. Okay, I have done multiple checks back to back to back of this map because I don't have a full recollection on where I'm going or what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep moving. It was so much easier to play this game and look for things when there wasn't a map for me to constantly check every 2 minutes. If even. And I've been through here before. I've done everything here. Why am I compulsively checking the map every acting moment I've got? If there is nothing to find. It's another way to wear down the touchpad on my PlayStation controller, because when that happens, I'm not streaming till I get a new one. I can't play games if both of my controllers are broken. Because it makes it really hard to. Oh, okay, I guess I could, but I'd have to stick to, like, not Persona. I'd have to stick to PlayStation 4 games, which also means that I would no longer be able to continue Persona 3. And if I can't continue Persona 3, then... well, no JRPGs for a while. I like JRPGs. I understand that some people don't really like the turn-based aspects, or the fact that they're, like, super, super long, but I don't really understand what's wrong with JRPGs, because I've played a lot of them. And by a lot, I mean primarily the Mario and Luigi games made by Alpha Dream. Because those were a big part of my childhood. I was on the final boss of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I never beat it, but I was really close. And I've had Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story. The furthest I got was trying to get the 3rd star cure in that one. Which, I mean, I was pretty close to the end of the game too. But at the same time, it's like, I never got it. Because it was so much button mashing that I couldn't. Then again, this is going back to a 6-7-year-old me who was not good at button mashing. This was over a decade. Approaching a decade and a half. And I like to think I've gotten a bit better at button mashing, considering that a lot of the games I play require it. The final boss of this required it, and I did pretty well with that. I've already read that note. It does not change when you succeed in your mission. Because Ruxton's still dead. Oh, also, there are only some areas that you can actually go through in their entirety now. Because, like, for example, you're not able to go through... I don't know, I guess, like, all areas you can go through in their entirety, but there are a couple of areas that you can't. Like, the Howling Grotto. Because when you try to... It's either when you try to go back in the future, or if you try to go back at all, you are blocked off by, like, rubble from where the boss took place. Moving platforms. This is great. Just love to see it. I argue I shouldn't have survived that. I'll take solace in the fact that I did, but I argue I shouldn't. What's the use in complaining or worrying about something that didn't go the negative way that it possibly could have? I got through it, and that's what matters. I really think that the running on water ability is underutilized, except for, like, a completionist form. Because a lot of these puzzles require you to run on water to get around faster instead of, like, being carried away from the currents, falling in quicksand, running over lava. That's, like, the only... one of the few other cases that I know that they use it in the game outside of the Sunken Temple. But the Sunken Temple is, like, a really good place, too. Honestly, I think it's one of my favorite areas in the game. Especially with the music, because, I mean, come on. I say come on as if I'm going to prove a point and give an example as to why it's so good, when, again, I am by no means somebody who has taken music classes or has engaged in music theory. That goes to some of my friends instead. We got people with more, like, music knowledge and capabilities than myself. I'm just, like, apparently good with a voice. And if I can't be, like, top-notch good, I can at least be loud. Which I don't really showcase when it comes to on-stream, because... well, people live in this house. And I don't need to yell to get noise complaints. I am glad there is a save point down here, though, because that was almost a way I could have just thrown it. $45. Now that all the power seals have been broken, next goal... oh yeah, wheelin' and sealin', destroy all power seals. I think that's a gold trophy. I am like 4 trophies up from having every single one in this game, DLC included. Which I might just get that one out of the way. Or I could wait until I'm done, like, done with Picnic Panic, just to, like, wrap it up on a platinum. Or I could get it by complete accident. That's another thing. Okay, I'm gonna die if I don't get out of the spikes. Like, now. The power seal chest. You open it up and you get the windmill shuriken. Avoid catching it to maximize duration. So you throw it, and then it can spin around. And then you catch it, and then it's done. You have 3 shots of it. But it also recharges, so you don't need to get all the key anymore. That's pretty much it for base game. 18 minutes to get 4 things, that's decent enough. Blurry visions are forcing themselves into focus. In an alternate timeline, the Phobicans have been kidnapped. To save the day, a messenger is needed in their tropics. So you jump into the little portal made by the globe. Or, wait a minute. What is going on? My devices are reacting as if a portal to another dimension had just opened. It's fine, you can get back to work. But I'm supposed to be the one opening the portals. I'm telling you, it's fine. Is Messenger leaving for a side adventure? Yes. And do you think you will do the thing? I don't know, why? Because it's not a real adventure if you don't do the thing. Look, it's just a quick trip to the dimension where the Vulcan Island never merged with our mainland. I'm not sure nothing about will happen. Well, you better let me know if you do the thing. I want to be there. Okay, fine, I'll keep you in the loop. Sick, I'll be in my lab. What? Nothing. Well, why don't you go then? It's just for once I wish someone said Godspeed, Artificer. Oh, come on, we're trying to focus here. Why do you always feel the need to make everything about you? Yeah, I work really hard, but it's always only about you and the Prophet. Wait, don't... you rang? Oh, Prophet, can you say Godspeed, Artificer, just this once, please? I'm sorry, what? Wow, we can't just get on with the show already? These two, I swear. Just go, Messenger, and don't forget you are entering an alternate reality which must prevent at all costs. I will handle these two. That's enough multi-voices there. In an alternate timeline, far off the coast of Messenger Island. The sun shined bright on tropical Vodkin Island, so the little Phobikins decided to have quite the picnic. But as fate would have it, Demon General... I still don't have it. Appeared out of nowhere to cause quite the panic. Picnic panic! Taking his hostages deep into Vodkin Island's deadly jungle, he would use them for an evil ritual. Only one hero could travel across dimensions to rescue the Phobikins and foil that guy's plan. Unless, of course, it was all a trap. Why, hello there, young adventurer. Elder, I was teleported here, but I don't know where I'm supposed to go. And you are? You don't recognize me? I'm part of the clan. Listen, I might be old, but it'll take more than a costume to fool me. I remember every single student. But I'm a real ninja, you taught me yourself. Do you even cloud step? Matters little. I can sense the scroll's power, which means my time is probably better spent helping rather than questioning. A very tall and apparently evil being came in peace to wait at the docks for the messenger. Said he had a mutually beneficial offer for him. I suggest you head for the docks now. And again, we are well versed in the prophecy and acknowledge the scroll. No need to wear a disguise next time. So starting off with this, we're not recognized. Alternate reality, alternate people. So another thing here is that you could easily head west. That's not west. You could easily head east. But that's not what this is about. It doesn't matter in this involvement. It's just a really cool map. I gotta check it out, like, all the time. I'm telling you, height makes right. The messenger will bow before the mighty Ruxton. Ahem. What? The messenger has arrived. Oh, great, just when you think you have plenty of time left to practice your spooky flight intro. So just come down, watch this. And so the messenger seeks the aid of Ruxton the Great. I do? Well, aren't you trying to get into Vodkin Island? Yes, apparently some Phobikins have been captured. And how do you suppose you will get there? Well, I was thinking of calling my buddy Manfred to frontline me, and ruin his internship with the Clockwork Concierge. That's not what buddies do. I have you cornered. Bow before me and acknowledge my superior height, and I will take you there on my skull mount. Well, this is embarrassing. Look, I have a date tomorrow. Could you help me get my stilts back? I'll take you to Vodkin Island afterwards, I promise. Sure. Alright. Hop on. Well, we got an adventure. This weather is perfect. Want me to teach you how to surf? Sure. Alright, first rule of surfing. Avoid rocks at all costs. Use the left stick to move one lane down now. To move down one lane now. Button. Sometimes avoiding a rock means jumping over it. Press X to jump. Done. Gnarly! Okay, last thing is the Necro Boost, which has no cost or cooldown. Press square to use Necro Boost. Done. Speed.
Not too impressive, right? Here's the kicker. The Necro Boost is maintained when it feeds off of enemies or debris.
Use it now.
Necro Boost will be canceled if you hit a rock, though. You can still change lanes and jump while boosting. Don't forget to avoid rocks and keep feeding the Necro Boost if you want to maximize speed. That about covers it. I'll let you drive now. Time to shoot the girl.
So, fun little surfing sequence. You can still collect time shards as if they really have any worth once you have all the upgrades. Picnic Panic offers no new upgrades. If you get the little blue things, you're also... not blue, that's a different color. If you hit the little green crates, you're also able to collect items. You can drive into enemies, you can bounce off of enemies. They deal... crashing into rocks and hitting enemies also deals damage. Try not to do that. I am moving my eyes so much to the point that I'm not focusing on any of this, and it's all a blur. It's the higher frame ratio that's really making it hard. Can I change that, actually? Nope. Well, guess I'll struggle. Also, Flying Feather. You will want to go at your highest speed to get that. Gotta go quiet for a moment because I'm like focusing on not crashing into everything. Fucking rocks. I was really worried I wasn't going to get that one. You can miss the feathers, too. It's if you don't go fast enough. There are 4 in total.
Alright, let's show that squid who's boss.
The squid boss fight. Shoots tentacles at you. You can crash into them. Also shoots blobs of ink at you. You want to shoot them back. Because once you shoot enough, it has this whole ink shooting sequence where you gotta hit them all back. And they're crashing. Now, the squid's already blinking, and that's been like a couple of hits. It's been like 1 hit. Oh. Also, squid shoots out bombs. If you drive into a bomb, they explode. One more hit should do it. In Phase 3, the Kraken starts picking up rocks, giving you more obstacles to fight. Also, no, you are not able to play this sequence in the future. You are stuck in the past, because you have to have Ruxpin alive. Also bubbles, which just spike out directly under you. If you jump, you're fine. And done. Quick, easy bop in the face.
Enough! Give them back! Why won't you tell us what is wrong, Ruxton? I don't want to talk, I just want my stilts!
But we miss you. Why won't you visit?
Stop it! You're not my mom! Ruxton!
Jeez! He left again.
Yes.
I don't understand him anymore. I thought the necromancer thing was just a phase, but it's been so long now.
I feel responsible. We never should have told him he was adopted.
Don't cry, Octo.
But I miss him, Pi.
You know I miss him too. Oh, I know what will cheer you up. A tentacle touch. Well, that was weird. Also, he's adopted.
The messenger will play right into my hand, and once the magic seed is imbued with voodoo energy, I will be one step closer to getting my revenge. So naive and predictable.
I bet he's already on his way to save these useless creatures.
Ah, I knew it. Time to hide, for now.
In a bush.
Welcome to the tropics. Can you turn around for a second? Please?
You do? What's on the stilts?
Much better. I'll let you get on with it. Come see if you want to go surfing again.
We are now on Voodkin Shore. First, though, I want to go swimming. There are even secret parts of the map here. With a lot of time shards, which makes me wonder if it's really secret. Oh yeah, by the way, you can actually check the map for Messenger Island and Voodkin Island. There are 10 little weird fragment things and 4 feathers. All of the feathers have been collected on the open sea. I think this is more than the open sea, and maybe a little bit more of the vast ocean. And then there's Voodkin Shore, with a very strange cutout part of it, and only 5 fragments. Fun fact, it's not just Voodkin Shore, there's another area that has more of the fragments here. And then of course, Messenger Island, already been covered. Yeah, I'm going after all the... I'm going to be constantly checking the map here so I don't miss anything on the first run through, because I don't want to really double back and get everything again for the 3rd time. Also, there's this area down here. This is not death because it doesn't have the little Doppler dots. I don't know if that's what it is. I was just trying to remember what the term was for the weird little comic book dots in comic books. And that's the first thing that came to mind. Might also be wrong though, because I know of the Doppler effect being whatever sound a fire truck makes when it drives past, and you can hear the siren like out of tune or out of tone, and then it gets into the range and it's fine, and then it changes as you leave.
Hey, Hey, look at you! You found an optional item! What is it? A mask piece? I think it goes along with the voodoo feathers you can find in the open sea surfing area. Will something cool happen if I collect all the feathers and mask pieces? Well, it'll certainly yield more than asking rhetorical questions. Good luck out there! It yields amazing commodities. That's right. This is actually DLC mixed with Persona 3. It isn't. I'm lying to you. Don't trust a single thing I say. I will lie to you and I won't feel any remorse for it. In the DLC, but I killed the guy already. We got a fun little shop. With different music. And a different crystal ball holder. The chest is pretty much the same, but the store looks pretty different. And there's also no way out of here. But does the money sink look different? No. I also don't have money to buy anything. No point in that right now. We get the shopkeeper! Hello, the messenger. I was expecting you a bit sooner. Hey, I like what you've done with the place. Excuse me? Well, it's like the tiki shop or whatever. Oh, you're one of those. One of who? The people who always assume everything should be defined from their perspective. No, I just like the tiki shop. Sure, let's disregard that maybe it's the shop to me, and that I would probably perceive the one from your world as the arcane shop or whatever. After all, I'm the one visiting here, right? I bet you reply with the name of your town when people take turns saying which country they come from. Anyway, welcome to the shop. I'm glad it pleases your egocentric eye. Oh, I also just attuned your scroll to the tropics. You should be able to see the time rifts now. Still no new upgrades. Which I have already stated, but I had to prove the point by walking into the shop. There is dialogue, though. So, Voodkin Island? Oh yeah. Enjoy the tropics and try not to harm the little Voodkin too much. They're not evil. I'm liking the place so far. The weather is really something unique. What's wrong? Look, I accepted long ago that our conversations would be the most engaging, but talking about the weather is where I draw the line. Any stories? Of course I do. Does this area look like it's some part of a tacked-on wannabe Metroidvania to you? Yes. Which story will it be? Maybe I could tell you about the evil genie who would always corrupt the owner's wishes. The one asking to fly could never land, and the one asking to know everyone could never talk or write. Sure, that sounds interesting. Maybe I could tell you about the little boy who always wanted to be a warrior and became a sword swallower after hearing what we are what we eat. What? Oh, I know. Here's one for you. There once was a family of innkeepers operating their business in a world devoid of physical boundaries. Indeed, the establishment had an endless amount of rooms to rent, and business was so good each and every one of them was occupied. Still, new customers would keep coming in and be given a room right away. Wait, how can someone rent a room if there's no vacancy? Unprecedented, right? You see, living in a boundless world comes with a few perks. Thus, even though all the rooms were occupied, the possibilities with them were as endless as the corridor they belonged to. So the new customer would always get room number 1. Then have to ask the customer that was already there to move to room number 2, who would then ask the customer to do the same so for number 3, and so on, forever. It might take a few moments to wrap your head around this, but given the endless amount of rooms, there would always be a next room to go to, and ask the customer there to move over to the next one. And while that was certainly bound to cause discomfort to an unfathomable amount of people, the fact still remained that every new customer would get a room even though there was no vacancy. That's sort of neat. Sort of, yes. And speaking of neat, one could seldom imagine the innkeeping costs, so the innkeeper family eventually determined that there needed to be some sort of boundaries. For their inn to be manageable, the number of rooms had to be finite. They called this concept infinity. Eventually, the passage of time blurred this story as it does all things, changing the word's spelling to infinity, and inverting its meaning. The end. Really? Really what? I can't believe this. You dragged me through all of that just for a stupid pun at the end? You know what I can't believe? That after all these stories, you still won't think past the surface. Or do you simply not care that I just managed to teach you how it's actually possible to do infinity plus 1 by conceptualizing ensembles with properties capable of perpetual movement in a way a 5-year-old would understand? Thought so. Wow, fuck you too, damn. Anyways, back to the game. These are the Voodkins.
chilling. And it rains in the future. You got these guys, are pretty similar to the ones that we've seen before, but they shoot out these weird looking rocks that also split off. Also, I was gonna go for all these and I completely jumped over them. Oh! Yeah. So, surprise, there's more stuff up here. And also more projectiles to be constantly hit with, so I get knocked down to the ground and all my effort gets completely sent to vain. All my efforts made in a vanity-based attempt to try and look cool. Also, there's this little side area here. Yeah, some of these enemies are like somewhat reskins, but also they have like their own little fancy perks. And by fancy, I mean that's what makes them more annoying. Also, there's no secret up here. What's the point of an extra area when it literally gives you nothing? Actually, it does give you something. Time travel. We were living in the past, then we went back to the future. I still don't quite understand the cultural impact that film had. And this is where all the people who were around back in 1985 are going to come out of the woodwork and be like, you kids these days don't understand the stuff from... Yeah, you know what? I do understand. I just don't see as much of the appeal as others may have. And that is due to personal reasons. So these bubble shooting guys are basically the fire shooting guys, just significantly more annoying because they shoot out 3 projectiles and they spin around in a higher area coverage. In the future, the pathway back is blocked, but also you get money. So like, if you don't have all your upgrades, I guess it's worth it. But not in one single playthrough out of the 3 that I've done have I ever been set in a point where I needed to collect more time shards in the DLC. It's really just for the decorative stuff. I mean, they hold more purpose in New Game Plus, which I will kind of showcase the semantics of following this, because there is some stuff in New Game Plus that covers both Picnic Panic DLC and just the continual use of the time shards. I really don't think the DLC is going to take that long. I've also got these platforms, where if you hit the wheel, you open up the door. When you open up the door, you get yourself in an elevator. And the elevator completely fills up with water once you get to an area with water in it. I missed a secret. I'm doubling back. I missed a secret. Guess I'll die. Very painfully and slowly. Just drinking this nice glass of death and blood. There we go. Also, wow, is it ever raining? Doubling back. Climb up. Do that first. I always forget that. Also, these funky little birds, which are the replacements of the bone eagles. Personally, a better upgrade. You went from death vultures that are made out of death to a funky little guy. And you can never go wrong with the upgrade to funky little guy. Unless you can. Then I'm a liar. These aren't even challenging, they're just annoying. There we go. That was a very close call, too. Can't tell me in the cutscene, bitch. Also, I couldn't have died anyways, I had too much health. Go around, back into the elevator. Also, I have 2 of the 5 shards here already. The other 3 being a little further off. Now for continuation of the adventure. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Fighting this green lizard man. Oh yeah, fun little thing about the windmill shuriken, by the way. It shoots through walls. Don't even need to actually play the game at that point. So you got the secret breaker. And I've got a platform to get on top of. Which I will get on top of. Quick and easy. So fresh, so clean. I say when I've taken at least 100 damage, so I wouldn't say that it's as fresh. You got these guys. You can stay on top of them. They got little stacks. You can also drop down through them like platforms. There are some cases where the game wants to be a little bit funky with them, so you can actually knock them down. And the more that you knock down, the faster the ones at the bottom go. Fastest speed that I'm gonna call them totem voodkins. Fastest speed a totem vood can go is this one. It's faster than the main character. Next secret's, like, closer to the end. Yeah, there we go, here's the example. You need to go under this platform. There are too many of these guys stacked on top of each other. Knock down 2, and you are just fine. Keep moving. If you knock down, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you're good to go under here. And that's where we succeed. Also, I love how he's hiding in bushes just randomly across the island, and he's just completely not slick about it. Like, for a demon general, he's pretty dumb in general.
call back to the achievement name of the same variant. You think you can just slide down and then it's like, oh, you're getting turned around now. In the Steam version of this game, that trick is very important to learn if you want to get the achievement. If you want to get achievements. And the fun little crushy platforms are back. Gotta love them. At least they're not as fast as some of the challenge ones. You also have these guys who are shooting their little, like, tranquilizer darts at you. You can hit them out of the tree, or you can be passive and not do so. Passive, of all these enemies I'm fighting, is more like passive-aggressive. Can I get to another shop or save points before I break the last? Never mind, I don't need it. The good news about these guys is that they only cover about a 5-tile range. I don't need to go back to the shop. I've done all the dialogue stuff. Pretty much just there to save and double back if I want to. Ah yes, the pointlessness of the time travel portal. That's how they get ya. They set up things where you really do not need them, and then you play at it, and then it just kind of... Oh, whoa, 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 never mind. There is always a point. Double back. I must double back. There is a point. There is a prove. There is something here. There is something here. I think. Now I'm looking up just to make sure I got my memory in order. Okay, Vodkin Shore. I gotta look at the map. I don't even need to do this. I'm just doing it because I want to. Oh, okay. And now we wait. For however long? About 30 seconds. There we go. The ground we're standing on here is starting to shake. Okay, I jumped. Gotta wait another 30 seconds. Fumbled it. Yeah, you stand in this particular spot, the ground will start to shake after a certain amount of time.
seems to get a bit more aggressive over time. And then it falls through, taking you all the way down here. And down here you find a little sign that kind of says the word infinity. And something that seems relatively familiar. Oh, so that's where the cabinet went. Good to know. Now let's leave it alone. I mean it, leave it alone. I'm all out of philosophical ramblings anyway. You want to wear the blue robe again or what? I must admit, I never expected you to travel to the very timeline I randomly teleported the cabinet to when we changed over to the jukebox. But here we are, aren't we? What will it take for you to leave my cabinet alone? If I share my favorite poem with you, will you get bored? Must say, it's a pretty good one, though. Alright, here we go. He Wishes for the Cloths of Heaven by W.B. Yeats. Out of the heavens embroidered cloths, and wrought with golden and silver light, and blue and dim and dark cloths, of night and light and the half-light. I would spread the cloths under your feet, but I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams. Not bad, huh? Do you reckon the last sentence was a threat to the consequences of messing with someone's dreams, or a plea for the other to be kind with them? Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is tread softly, because you're treading on my cabinet. Get over the cabinet thing already! You are so stubborn. Do that again and I will use a special trick to make you quit. It's a real neat trick, I bought it online. One weird trick, messengers hate it, the ad went. Are you ready? Alright, let's see you deal with a barrage of ellipses. Ellipsi? Ellipsises? Anyway, let's see you deal with them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20... I may just skip that one because you entered a state of flow while fencing off my ellipses. Ha. Oh, were you going too fast and skip that previous sentence? It wasn't really important anyway. Do you want your philosophical rant then? You know the rules. Fine, let me share some thoughts I had after reading the works of Master Weeks, Jung, and Miller. More precisely on the concept of emotional pain, even more precisely on how we all seek to avoid it. While avoidance may seem like a desirable solution, a first taking a closer look reveals an important truth, that which you resist persists. In other words, you can only suffer from that which you don't embrace or accept. Anxiety can be thought of two dots in the mind, one for what is, and the other for what one wishes was. Pain, in this picture, is as strong as the gap between those two dots is wide, so in order to feel better, that gap has to be closed, or at least reduced significantly. And that's where I believe these annoying mindfulness meditation apologists may have a point. You have to learn to let go, they keep repeating. Easy to say, don't you think? Especially since we only seem to hear that advice from people who already feel inner peace, and being told it's supposed to be easy only makes a suffering soul feel less adequate. I think we speak to closing that anxiety gap between the two dots in a healthy way. If you think about it, most of the pain in this world is caused by people who can't deal with their inner anxiety, who then try to close their what is into what they wish was. Or, in other words, use control, imposing your will on others, the very definition of abuse. Now, control may sort of work as a short-term strategy to reduce the controlling person's anxiety, but all it really does is transpose it onto others. The challenging, but ultimately liberating truth is, there's another way to close the gap. And that is to transform what you want into what is. Or in other words, use acceptance. By embracing negative emotions, we can integrate and eventually accept them, both for what they wish to teach, and as proof that we are very much alive. This acceptance leads to emotional grief of some sort, where we eventually become free of particular memories or states of mind. States of mind? Ultimately disarming their ability to overtake our mood. If that sounds hard to believe, consider this.
It also works for positive emotions. Let's take nostalgia for example. The one song you kept listening to during that one special summer a few years ago. It takes you back, doesn't it? But more to the point, what happens when it does? Surely you don't resist the warm and happy memories that wash over you. You take them all in. You try your best to feel them even more to their full extent, conjuring images as it almost even smells. If you could just concentrate enough. After a few moments, the warmth starts to wear off, and sort of like when you wake up from a good dream, you fail to maintain your mental grasp on those feelings as they inevitably dissipate. And just like that, you went through the grieving process of a positive memory because you embraced it instead of trying to resist it, and thus its grip on you has been weakened. What you will sadly find the next day is that while that old song will always come with a dash of emotion for you, it will never again hit you as hard as the first time you reopened the sad reality when it comes to positive emotions. On the bright side, it also applies to the negative ones. If you are struck by sadness, experience treason. If you are struck by sadness, experience treason, or revisited by a sad memory, by using acceptance, fully embracing it and letting it wash over you, you can also weaken its ability to affect you. And eventually, in contrast with the twinge of sadness you feel at the realization that was a given memory cannot be visited but with any effect anymore, you will feel that hit of joy when it comes clear that a negative emotion has packed its bags for good. In this way, I believe it is fair to say that there is beauty in sadness. That was a lot to cover. I hope it all made sense. And please, don't forget that I am just a shopkeeper. If what I say doesn't resonate with you, you should disregard without any hesitation. I don't have any ramblings for you anymore, so I will teleport the cabinet to outer space to make sure you never find it again. Well then. Messenger DLC Pack 2, the Space Edition. Something happened in space when it comes to a thing that happens. Which means now you gotta go to space to figure out the things that are going on in the duration of the whatever. Look, there's no other DLC aside from Picnic Panic. This game has been out since 2018, and I think they may have stated that they were going to do more. There goes the sleep deprivation kicking in. Time travel. The past has the answers in the future. And also more of these little platform guys. Another secret coming up. But not right here. Oh, I actually off-screened myself. Okay, so if you do that, it actually takes you off the map. You are nowhere to be found there. That's kind of cool, I think. I didn't even know about that until today. Alright, so the goal of this, you gotta switch around the platforms till they all line up. Which really is not that challenging. And there is a future locked secret. Yay. Next time travel point is far off.
Which also means that to get that secret, you have to backtrack. These are the replacement for the little hopping creature guys. I don't need to release them. I can just hit the thing through the wall there. We also have these flying birds. You can actually land on them. And then they speed up. They can drop a bunch of different items, such as anvils, rocks, and other things. Now for the main thing I was looking for. I'll return to the entrance. Fly, little bird guy. And you can drop down to find another one of these puzzles. The bats are blue now. So the goal is to get from here, down here, curve to the left. The one up there gotta curve to the right. Like that. And then you gotta curve like that. Really not that challenging. Quick, simple, easy to understand, and movement continues in following. Another mask piece collected. That's not all yet. I still gotta go back. Going back like 2 screens. Oh-ho. Which implies that there is a different way to get around here, and I took the wrong way. Here we go. Then I got like a whole gauntlet to go through. And when you finish the first one, there's actually another one. When you do that, it gets you to the masterpiece, and that's it. That's all 5. Yep, all 5 here. Never really understand this little weird tentacle creature down here. We're not gonna get any words about it either. I think this song in the DLC is alright, but I have one that I like more. Which, that one will be here in like 15 minutes. I think it'll only take me 15 minutes to actually get through the rest of this. If I play my cards well, then it'll become 5. I say this because, it's one of those areas. But there's no discussion about the level boss. Entering the room and we find a totem with some really weird green eyes. The goal is to climb up to the platforms here and then just beat up the totem. Kick it in the head. If you get swept up by the tornadoes, they'll just push you around. platform does the exact same thing though. You gotta do a heavy jump, a light jump, another heavy one, crouch. Got this platform that likes to drill down into the sky. Now that there's a platform missing, that's going to make things a little bit challenging. A couple of spears get sent down from the sky and you get struck by lightning. That's a yikes. Jump, crouch, double jump. So much for that, huh? Now the totem head starts to move and shoots giant laser beam thing. Okay, I missed that twice. And another one of these. Jump over, crouch, jump over, crouch, jump over. Bird. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, this isn't turning out great so far. Never mind, we're all good. I actually beat that thing first try this time. Oh, look who it is. Like, thanks for destroying my totem. Again. Well, you attacked first. What are you talking about? I was doing a ritual to prevent the volcano from activating and you just randomly engaged. No way. No way. You know what? Fair enough. I see how you could have thought that I was a threat. I guess my survival instincts kicked in a little too fast. Again. I understand. It's all good. So, does this mean the volcano will activate? With that demon general planning on using it to conjure up some voodoo ritual, we all have better hope not. Look, I'm sorry I destroyed your totem, okay? Don't worry about it. I mean, I'm sorry. It's alright, honest mistake. So, how do I get out of here? I'll adjust the wind for you. Follow me. And then we take the wind tunnels. Off we go. Just like the end of the Howling Grotto. And he cries again. We are now on the Fire Mountain. I believe they also call that a volcano. This is the song that I like. And it also gives off a very mountain finale vibe. You got these guys with the spikes that jump at you. Or not spikes, spears. You can just easily not get hit by them. And once you make it to the top, you go into a tunnel. And then the map looks slightly different. there's also absolutely no point of trying to hit that thing open because the pathway's blocked up. What I'm looking for is pretty much vertical from where I am, so I don't want to miss it. Okay, I say pretty much where I'm slightly off. He's dead. Okay, that's the cave I want to get into. Just gotta jump up and around. And then you are in a, like, separate segment that has no other connection, rather than the map, to this area. Those guys, you gotta be aggressive and grappling hook them. Gotta hit them with the ziplow, or the grapplow. And if you don't, you die. This is where the deaths are gonna rack up. Ugh. Attempt number 4. Ah, damn it, the jumps earlier than I thought they would. The trends are failing. Another shot. That's where the primary problem was. And it's done. And now for this. One out of 5 remaining mask fragments. With that, I think that one was my most troublesome one. But also, I'm not stating anything as fact. There is no fact, frequency, or real unknown, or real knowledge. Well, that guy face planted, and I'm falling. The next one is on the outside. You got these guys that put little spikes up through the ground. And you can go and hit all of them if you really just don't want to deal with this. And some of them are honestly necessary. But when you hit them, they cry. And when you hit them again, they get sent flying into a bottomless void. Oh, I know how I'm gonna have to get to this next one, too. Well. Let's go, bird. go to the left. And you're in a room with more birds. This one's gonna have to be a little bit more. Once you can land on one, then you're in the clear. But first couple, you gotta hit them. I think the game actually expects you to hit all of them, and I'm like, no. I don't like your funny games, Magic Man. But it's over, and that's what matters. And then these guys that shoot fire. Okay, we're just... Look, I was fine with the guys that were jumping around. They were just having fun. I was like, okay, when they started pulling out, like, the little freaking darts to shoot you from trees. And then you had the ones that were like, okay, spikes through the floor. Now we're getting into some bad territory. These guys just shoot fire. They just spit fire. This is done with intent. And therefore, what I'm doing is done in self-protection. Self-defense. Because, I mean, are you really gonna spit fire at me out of your mouth and expect me to just let it go? Now, if they're doing it out of the pure interest of protecting their home, I'm all good with that. But sometimes things go a little bit too far. Okay, I get it. Ah, you didn't get me. Okay, yeah, everything's on the outside, right. Damn, okay then. Problem 1 dealt with. Problem 2, speed. I am speed. Whether it is nobler to die than to suffer the slings and arrows of these guys who keep attacking me in the middle of my fun little vacation where I'm actually climbing a mountain to stop a demon. Sorry, dude, you're right there. I needed a platform. I like my messenger, like how I like the Persona run. Merciless. Now, without getting knocked down from the sky, I should be able to land here with relative ease. Oh! That's like a glass or a crystal pumpkin. Pretty cool. Okay, fumbled. There we go. That's where it is. You know what? I'll take it. That's a quick way out. Counts as me having collected it. Whatever. Also, I actually want to go back to the shop really quickly. Considering I did pass the first 3. Because the shopkeeper does have more dialogue. Let me just get some water really quickly before I suffer from this voice. Water good. Fire Mountain, huh? Time for a sunset hike. Fire Mountain? Why isn't it just called the volcano? I'm not sure. Apparently some kid named this one. Look, as long as you take the climb, you can call it whatever you want. Any stories? One second, I'm gonna grab a thing. There it is. The bag of snacks has like one thing in it left. Some good old fuzzy peaches. Gotta love that delicious crinkling of the wrapper sound in the microphone. That's like a way too close range. I acknowledge that because I completely forgot about it in the moment. There once was a couple of farmers who inherited a very peculiar patch of land. Indeed, once every harvest season, it would grow a gigantic crystal pumpkin. After a few years of living a very wealthy life by dominating the crystal market with fruit, the farmers were taken over by greed. Surmising that the pumpkin patch had to be laying over a crystal mine of some sort, they dug up all the plants and shoveled dirt while fantasizing about what they could do with all their riches. Unfortunately, as it quickly dawned on them, there was no rare minimal cash to be found. The one thing they did find, however, was that in destroying the pumpkin patch, they had forfeited all future chances of getting their yearly giant crystal fruit yield. They lived unhappily ever after, wishing that they had taken good care of their plants instead of letting their greed ruin everything. The moral of the story is that one should be grateful for what they have and be mindful not to lose it all by always wanting more. The end. It's not just the same as the goose that like golden eggs. Yes! Well, mine's the whole poultry murder bit. There are 2 things you can take away from this. First, that by pointing out this, you just gutted a perfectly enjoyable story of its ability to enchant you. You ripped its core open and broke it, rendering it worthless exactly the way a greedy crystal pumpkin farmer would. And second, I bet you thought pumpkins were vegetables. Ha! Back to game. Wait a damn minute, what was that? I was quiet for a moment because I was eating a piece of my candy from my flavorful bag of fuzzy peaches. Very good. This is not a sponsor, I'm just saying that I like things. And I feel that I should be completely allowed to say that I like things without it having to be a completely paid thing. Killing it. Now I have to make an ultimate decision. Which direction? The direction's up, we figured it out. And by we, I mean me. Me figure it out. That was so much easier than last time. I struggled with that so much last time. And I just like, okay, one shot. Okay, this should put me at one left. With that one left, I gotta go to the... Fuck this shit. Oh my god, why do I do this to my... I'm not showcasing New Game Plus. Nah, we're good. No, I'm not. I'm not taking this. I am not accepting this as it is. This is bullshit, that's what it is. And I'm going to the past, or the future. The acceptance is none. And I will be damned if anyone can tell me that I can't make it. I pull off miraculous feats at games all the time. That's a lie, I actually don't. But I'm gonna, and we're gonna do it live on stream. I did press the circle button that time. Okay, I'll give it 3 more shots. Also, I'm gonna change the I will be damned to I won't be damned, because I already know I am, and I don't care for it. Wait a minute. I figured it out. One move in my arsenal that I have kind of just turned my back on for the sake of this mission. I'm not giving up now because I remembered the cloud step. The cloud step should give me the propulsion I need to get back up. In fact, I don't even need to do it in the future. I can do it in the past. I can do it in the past. Good thing this game has infinite lives. Nope, I missed it again. Nope. That one wasn't it. That one was definitely not it. Fall. Rope dart. Hit the enemies. You see, the trick I have to do is I have to look to the right, hit them, turn left, and then back. And then... Dedication to my craft. Also, I'm keeping Corbo in business. Come on, damn it, we got this. Fuck it. There's not even an achievement for collecting all the things anyways. At least I'm pretty sure there isn't. Okay, the achievements it gives me for this. Okay, there is. Whatever. It's a DLC achievement. Doesn't matter.
How punctual of you, messenger.
So it really is you. I thought you died during the explosion in the underworld.
You think that's all it would take to get rid of me?
I told you once, you son of a scribe. I'm the fastest there's ever been. So I told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been. Something, something, Johnny Violin. Release the Phoebikins now and be gone, demon, or I'll defeat you again.
I wouldn't drag you all the way out here just to lose. See this magic seed? It is almost done absorbing voodoo energy, and when it's ready, you will see who has the last laugh.
Voodoo energy?
In this land, fear can be converted. And when it comes to fear, these little guys are an endless supply. In order to fully charge the magic seed, I need to scare them good.
To that effect, I should thank you for stepping right into my trap. And by trap, I mean voodoo altar! Now
don't move, messenger. It's not like you could anyway.
And you get duplicated.
At last, the Dark Messenger is born. The heart of Fire Mountain awaits you two, where I've placed voodoo idols with the perfect enchantment to damage greed demons. To get to enough idols first, and Dark Quarrel will be defeated. Fail and you will lose your own protector, leaving you completely exposed for the Dark Messenger to take your life. So let us see how you fare in a race against yourself, ninja. You won't get away with this. Look on the right side, you won't have to see what happens to the Phobikins next.
I don't like this at all. Will you save us?
Enough of your complaining. Now how does the saying go? Oh yeah. Godspeed, messenger. Okay, not cool.
Hey, why didn't you show up earlier?
I'm not talking to Pirate Face ever again. Look, can we just prevent this? I'd rather not die. Ow! Quick, let's go!
Wait up. That outfit. He must be from the clan that taught me how to cloud step. This probably means... Quilble!
Hey, Monk, I think I found another clue related to the cultists.
The primal fear can wait. I think we're at one with the branching points meant... I think we're at one of the branching points mentioned by the prophet.
Oh, with that horrible guy?
Yes, it all makes sense now. Please look after them.
Right away.
At the heart of the Voodoo Mountain, you are faced with a challenge to make it to this altar first. In total, you must finish 5 of these. Each one you win, you send the Dark Messenger's horrible guy back just a little bit. I have enough practice in this from months ago. Because in the Steam version, you have to do this perfectly to a goddamn T. And it was the most excruciatingly painful achievement that I've ever had to do in this game. Luckily, it's not in the PS4 version. And therefore, whether I win or lose any, I couldn't care less, as long as I win in the end. In fact, I could lose all my health and die here, and I'd be just fine. Oh no, I lost one. I get sent back like 1 notch. And I died, which means I get sent back another. I died again. I died a 3rd time. A 4th time. Okay, guess I'll be showcasing what happens when you actually lose this, then.
Quibble's got your back. So when Corval is meant to die, Quilble keeps him in line. Okay, I held back for a second for no reason. I definitely did not get that. These are not a procedurally generated type thing. These are not randomized. It all depends on how your play goes. That shows you where you land. The monkeys are released. And of course, if you use the grappling hook, you're able to move a little bit faster. I'm not usually this bad at these. But these are also not the ones that I am well practiced on, so, like... Okay, that's just unfair. Give them hope and take it away. Well, that's one more. I don't know who hit that one. It doesn't matter, though. Wow, this is fun! I'm having such a good time! And now for the final one that I'm used to. That one is really, really challenging, and I don't like it. What the hell? In the words of your hokey duck, what the hell? And we're done. Dark Messenger ran off. Any last words? Oh, also the altar. The caged monster is also gone.
One more mask piece. Also, on the actual front of the little thing, you can see like all these little 4-point star things, or something like that. And there's one that is currently blacked out. Current area. Strongly suggest you give your best shot to this race against your evil twin. I'm not going for the story, I just want to wrap this up.
And so, the messenger wins the race.
It's over, Demon. Your plan has failed. Release the hostages now!
Now, let's not be hasty. You merely played into my hand once again, ninja. For the Dark Messenger's full potential to be unleashed, it first needed to be untethered from its greed demon. Oh, how I've been waiting for this moment. Now, my Dark Messenger, I reckon it's time for us to do the thing.
Uh-oh, the dark thing.
Ah, I knew it! Uh-oh, this is actually pretty bad. I'll be right back. I get all of that, but even if the squirrel had somehow been copied too, that doesn't mean they should be able to...
Well, if it isn't the shopkeeper.
Okay, that's not gonna do it all. What? Surely if we do the thing, we can defeat it. Oh, without a doubt. It's just the hat on this guy. Well, why don't we do the thing then? Listen, I'm all for fighting bulky bosses, but fashion statements are something I take very seriously. One moment, please. Alright, it's showtime!
That guy doesn't even have a hat. So, this final boss, that's just a good old-fashioned game of Punch-Out. Basically, Punch-Out usually works. You want to guard, you want to punch. You hold down to move back. You gotta go to the side to move to the side. Yada yada. 3 strikes and eat it out. You also make up this little meter thing, but when you fill it up, you beat the ever-living shit out of him. And he gets up for another round. This is where the smashing attack is introduced. Wow, that was a really bad attempt on his part. And you just finish off that health bar with a good old-fashioned knockout. One more round. Pretty much the same as the last ones have been. Oh, look at your little fancy smash attack. Got him. Oh!
Fight.
Yeah, I don't think I'm really gonna let that slide. And just to finish it off.
It worked! The voodoo energy is finally loose and ready to be absorbed.
What is he on about? Did we just knock this guy out?
Behold, as the magic seed ripens before your very eyes.
Whoa, I want a seed like that! I can deal with whatever you have to throw at me, demon.
Oh, you won this round, messenger, but I will return.
Well, this takes care of that. Oh, I can't wait to see what he does with the seed. What should we do in the meantime?
Could you maybe get us out of here? It's about time we have that picnic. We're starving.
Yes, let's all go to the picnic.
Yay! Thank you for joining us at the picnic.
Well, thanks for the invite. This is amazing. This party isn't bad, but I need to get back to my lab soon. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah, we're getting out of here. That was it. That's Picnic Panic. And now you got the little leaving sequence. Why the hell is my thing moving up? Oh well. I'm not gonna question it. For now. Meanwhile, atop the Syrian crags. Yo, it's kinda crazy, but this new diet made me so flexible.
I see. To think we were relying on brute strength alone for all this time. We should train more seriously.
I agree completely.
Good day to you, Cyclopses.
Were you waiting for someone? I got no idea who's under that cloak. State your business, Wanderer.
Pardon the intrusion. I was looking for experienced botanists, and rumor has it you two are the best this island has to offer.
Yo, this guy's correct, Carlos.
I see what he wants.
What's it to you, Wanderer?
You see, I have come across a very rare magic seed, which, given proper care, is bound to grow into a beautiful plant.
Huh? What do you reckon?
You gotta see that seed.
You have our attention, Wanderer. Show us.
With pleasure. Here.
Did I forget to mention, we'll give herbs that can be used for cooking.
We are still planting the seed.
Cowabunga! What can go wrong? Say no more, Wanderer. We will grow the magic seed. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I must admit I'll miss the beach. So, yes. Will the adventure continue sometime later? That's not up to me. Feel free to replay Picnic Panic as many times as you want, though. In finishing the Picnic Panic DLC, If you want to go back, you can choose where you want to start. Wherever you missed something. So, following that, it seems pretty well set that they would want, or at least plan to, have something in line. Because with the way it looks like there, it really looks like they should have a DLC pack coming up next. But at the same time there, wait, I'm gonna look up something. Yeah. The DLC, like, there was planned to be a couple more DLC packs following Picnic Panic, or something along the lines of that. But working on new games, either we could get the rest of the DLC that they have planned, or this could be all that we're getting. Or maybe they'll put the rest of the stuff from here into, like, a later game. I don't know, maybe a sequel to The Messenger? I don't know. But whatever the case, that's pretty much everything that you can get for information on this game so far. Or the, like, in-game lore. Because, I mean, yeah, you have the ARG and, like, the Discord server, which is in process. But, well, not in process, it's, in archive, because I've already done it. But there's never really a true answer of, will there be more? At least nothing that I can find so far. But, who knows? I don't. I'm not in the minds of the developers. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they're currently thinking. And it's honestly none of my business. However, someday I'd like to see if there will be any more stuff coming out about this game, any more content, because you can't leave it off on a note like that and let there be nothing. But they did. And it's been 5 years. But that's their decision to make. Sabotage. I know you know what you're doing. And I am by no means judging you for whatever decision there is behind the scenes. But I think it would be pretty nice to follow up on this whenever there may be time to work on it, because I know that it's, you know, not easy developing a game, let alone multiple. Considering that there's also Sea of Stars DLC in planning for some point down the line. But at 9 hours, 56 minutes, I think that about does it for The Messenger. I think that was a pretty good, decent window of time for the game. I'm just going to discuss over what New Game Plus is and what happens when you collect all the things. When you collect the 10 mask shards and the 4 feathers, you unlock a thing on that voodoo totem that is known as, like, the voodoo mask. And the voodoo mask has this fun deal for you that is only available to New Game Plus. In New Game Plus, which I will actually just showcase the little beginning thing, it allows you to select a different additional item every time that you start a run. So you'll be able to, like, I don't know, get the ordinary wax candle so you can get to the Riviere Turquoise early. The Power Thistle, which allows you to just get one of the notes in general. Ruxton's Amulet, that sends you up to the Sky Temple, which allows you access to one of the Phobicans. Or the Lightfoot Tabi, that allows you to run on water. When you also get into the game, you immediately see Corbel flying at the front of, like, right ahead of the tree that you start the game on, and he's like, hey, so, here's what deal we're making now. It's no longer you die infinite times and just have all the money get eaten. You actually have to pay it like 50 time shards to be revived. And if you don't have enough, that's game over. The entire file is basically wiped. You are back to point 1. And it scales. That scales. And it scales a lot. And in the deal for New Game Plus, instead of any chance of reviving, your health gets doubled, your attack gets tripled, you get turned into a Shadow Messenger at the cost of Quarble. Basically, you are told to sacrifice Quarble for the sake of... Yeah, you have to sacrifice Quarble for the sake of the deal. And that is a good luck moment. At that point, it is all up to you to survive as well as you can, because once you die, that's it. Your file's wiped. Anyways, as I was going to read out here... Okay, so the scaling for New Game Plus, I'm just going to read this out. You can continue completing new cycles over and over again, because, fun fact, New Game Plus, every time you beat the game, you beat the final boss, that's another plus on your file. That's better. New Game Plus and its stats continuously increase until New Game Plus 999, but your inventory maxes out by New Game Plus 14. The difficulty increases every time. If you purchase all health upgrades in the defense upgrade, then all enemy attacks result in a one-hit kill by New Game Plus 8. So, New Game Plus 1, all enemies get plus 1 damage. 2 is plus 2, and so on as the numbers go up. Boss health goes from 1 is 5, 2 is 8, 3 is 11, 4 is 14, 5 is 17, 6 is 20, 7 is 23, 8 is 26, 9 is 29, 10 is 32, 11 is 35, 12 is 38, 13 is 41, and New Game Plus 14 is plus 44 boss health. The revival costs from 1 to 14. 50 shards, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, 1800. And the New Game Plus 10 is 4,000 time shards. Then you go to 440, 4,400, 4,800, 5,200, 5,600. How? By any possible circumstance, can you afford that? Unless you actively get more time shards as the plays go on. Or you get some sort of, I don't know, time shard multiplier. But that kind of defeats the purpose of having a very set specific, this is where you die. But there are no achievements for New Game Plus except for Meet the Mask or Start the Deal on Steam. That is where the messenger ends. That is where the story gets wrapped. The DLC is done. Everything has pretty much been covered, except for that one missing slot in my file, but you do not need the ordinary wax candle anyways. So, whatever. Let it be what it is. Now that the messenger is over, I'll see if I can figure out something in its place. Probably find another Metroidvania somewhere. But that's it. That is the true finale.